Hey guys, this is Infinite Flash here. Today I'm playing a guy named iuliu. Not sure what the name stands for, but iuliu333. So knight of 3 d5. Looks like we're gonna get a queen's gambit ready in this position. Let's see how this is gonna turn out. Oh my god. Let's see if we can play against a guy who's gonna play. Yeah, he played c5. I am gonna get a huge attack in this position. Um, Yeah, and the idea is that just pawn takes pawn, f takes 33. You can just capture the pawn, and I'm okay with that. You can have the pawn. I'm ready to just play d4 basically. Um, I'm gonna see if I can improve my connection just for a second. I think it's not so great right now. Sorry guys, I just gotta plug probably better. See if this helped out with the connection. Right now my mouse is just phasing in and out. So bishop d3. See if I can turn off the Wi-Fi and still get a good connection. Okay guys, I'm going to refresh this just really quickly. See if it comes back online. There we go. Alright. My internet connection should be better now. So castles now is looking normal. Okay. Now bishop e2, knight bd2. Really this crude method of just queen e2, knight bd2, all this stuff. Maybe knight bd2 is more accurate though. I probably should have thought about that. Now he has this opportunity to play bishop f5. So I'm going to play knight b2, taking this opportunity, and I really like my position a lot. So the next step is definitely trying to coordinate my pieces in this position. So queen e2 looks natural, and then e4. I think knight c6, e4, e5, d5, bishop c5, king h1, knight d4 is. Although actually, never mind. I'm not doing well in that position as well as I thought it was. I think h3 is the most natural move here. Not really sure what setup I want to commit to, but I wonder if I go e4, e5, g4, bishop g6, d5. That is some space that I am taking, although I'm making a heck of a lot of weak squares in that position. I mean, if we don't do that, then this position kind of just sucks. So let's do it. e4, he's going to play e5 without a doubt. But then I'm going to play g4. g4, bishop g6, d5, bishop c5, king h1. I'm about 90% sure that this is okay for white. And black is definitely struggling in that position. That's just from my experience though. Yeah, and now g4. Let's go for this immediate kingside advance. I don't know if he wants to really sacrifice. I mean, after just takes queen g2, this looks kind of nice for white. Alright, so I have this option of taking on e5 now. That is certainly interesting. But, you know, d5 just looks more natural to me. Let's see. Pawn takes pawn, knight d7, e6, f takes e6. Pawn takes pawn, knight here, knight h4. I don't know, d5 looks just more natural. I'm going to play that. I mean, maybe pawn takes pawn is a better move, but I think, okay, now he has to play bishop c5 check or queen b6 check, whatever it is. But I think I'm just going to go king h here. And after he plays knight d4, I'm just going to chop this off with my bishop right over here. Chop that. Pawn takes here. Whatever he takes with, if he takes with the bishop, I'm just going to chop that with my knight. In either case, I'm comfortable with playing e5 in this position, and I have a really, really nice position here. So, I mean, maybe e5 was a little bit premature, but whatever. I mean, I have a good position. I'm happy with this. In the worst case scenario, I can always play queen h2, defending the pawn and maintaining my beautiful pawn center right over here. And this is kind of the dream scenario that what white wants to do in the Reti Advanced variation. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to recommend for him. Yeah, he's just sacrificing, and I don't think this works. Maybe he's getting some material back, but see, h takes g, queen h4, king g2, bishop takes, queen g4, queen g3. I mean, that's clearly a win for white. Let's see, bishop takes g6, knight e3. Yeah, I don't know. That actually looks a little bit less clear. Let's see, h takes g, queen h4, king g2, bishop takes. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Let's see, h takes g, queen h. Wait, bishop takes here, queen here, king here. Oh, it's all the same, isn't it? I don't believe this at all. I don't think so. I think he's just sacrificing a piece for minimal compensation. He might get the g4 pawn, but my d pawn right over here, my e pawn here, are quite significant of the compensation, really. So he's going to take my bishop. I don't mind that. But after queen g4, queen g3, he doesn't really have anything, I think. Notice that after queen g4 here, queen g3, which is practically forced. He doesn't have queen e2 because of rook f2 in this position, and I'm okay with that. And he probably has the queen trade, but I mean, look at these amazing pawns right over here. That just looks fantastic for white. The d4 pawn is really, really weak. The b4 pawn is ready to drop too. I mean, and my pawns over here are just ready to push themselves. Looks very, very promising for white. I didn't even notice this guy's rating. I'm surprised. Usually I don't win against 1900s on the server. But anyways, win is a bit strong. I still have to convert this, but I mean, this is of course a winning position if black just retreats the queen. I mean, rook a e1 is my next move, and this position is just awful for black. It really is just a technical task from here. And black really doesn't have any counterplay whatsoever. Okay, so he goes there. So one idea I can really try is just rook f3, rook f2, this kind of stuff. Rook f4 doesn't look that bad, but okay, rook f2, queen, rook h1. This all looks good. Maybe I should go rook ae1 first. I'm not really sure. See, knight e4. So right now he's threatening with rook e8. Can I do anything against this? Isn't there any sacrifice over here? Isn't there a sacrifice? Knight f3 looks just perfectly safe, really. Fine, I'll play that. I mean, it's just so safe and solid. Look at this. Pawns over here. Knight is really nicely placed, ready to capture the pawn over here. Queen is on g3, protecting everything. Kind of overbearing down the g file. And yeah, now I mean, I might as well support my pawn a little bit more with rook ae1. Does not hurt to bring one last piece into the defense. And now rook h1 is quite serious and critical for black to deal with. I mean, there's probably no defense, I think. So d3, and now my idea was knight d2, just going back. I don't really see anything wrong with that, right? Can also go rook h1, rook h1, queen f5. Not really sure. Queen g5 does force a queen trade, I'm noticing just now. I think I'm going to go for that. I don't think he can go d2 because of queen takes h5, and that's good for white, obviously. Okay, he's going to queen trade. I think queen trading is probably his only option. And after d2 pawn push, I have rook e2. So he's going to play this. I have rook e2, rook e2, and this should be okay, right? If it's not okay, I'm going to go screaming. I'm going to be like angry as hell. Okay, he's going after the c pawn, but I can probably sack on f7 now, soon. Yeah, I don't really care about the pawn here on c4. That's not the problem here for him. Can he set up a proper defense here? This is the question that you always have to ask yourself. I don't think so. I don't think he can. Okay, so right now, there's a lot of interesting moves here. I want to pick the right one. I have some delay in here, so I'm not nervous about timing out right now. But I really want to play the most precise moves possible. Fine, let's just take the pawn. It cannot be bad. I don't think it can be bad. Drop the knight back. Just protect everything. Put the rooks on the center file, supporting my passed pawn here on d8 is especially very nice for white. Rook g4 is met by king f2, so I mean this is not serious at all for black. King h3 is also an option, of course. I don't know what black really does against this. I wanted a forced win with knight takes f7 for a while, but I mean you can't really be picky. So d6, yeah, maybe I should have just, whatever. d6 immediately, I mean, this position's not very good for black. So yeah, now rook d4 is an idea. Rook d4. This is quite serious. Maybe not. Maybe here first, I don't know. Rook e2, just providing a little bit more defense along this rank looks okay. Let's do this. I should be okay with this. Or am I not? The knight looks really annoying for him. Let's go attack this pawn. My pawns here are not mobile yet, but oh, I just realized that I only have one pawn left on the board. Uh-oh. Well, I think I screwed this up. Yeah, what the heck. Oh no! No! And now I'm groveling just to make the draw. What the heck. Ugh. I don't know, guys. That was terrible by me. Man, I thought I had that, really. That's a real shame because I had a good position. Okay, but we can press for a long time in this kind of position. No, I do not want your rook trade because then you could win. So now he's going to go maybe here. Rook d5, attack the pawn. And now d6. Force the king up. Maybe here. If I get knight f4, maybe I can do something in this position, but I don't think at the moment I can really do anything. So, I mean, there's not much to be had in this kind of position. Mate on g6. Checkmate! Checkmate! I have a checkmate. Okay, I didn't deserve that, obviously. But, okay, so I talked a little bit of stuff, trash talk here, but... So if we go back, this position is just terrible for black. I think after e5... Okay, maybe he should have played rook e8. This was the first thought I had in mind, but, you know, the ideas behind the e file right over here. So going back... Oh, man, I hate the analysis board. So e5 was necessary. Man, I don't even have the board anymore. God. So I don't think I can use the analysis board. So I've got a, what do you call this, an analysis board set up, guys, in a separate tab. So let's go back to the beginning. This opening is quite, really pleasant for white, I think, even after white just sacrifices the pawn. I think knight bd2 is a more proper move order, by the way, here. Knight bd2, because you always give black this option to play bishop f5. But okay, even here, bishop here, I have this really, really nice passed pawn in the center. Maybe I'm overreacting. I'm going back. Let's see. Knight f6. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of this setup because of what happened in the game. By the way, you always have to watch out for like tactics with bishop c5. A piece coming to c5 if your bishop's not protected by the queen in this position. For example, if I don't play, I don't know. I mean, if I play king h1, right, and he plays knight bd7, and I play a normal developing move like queen e1, going for queen g3 and queen h4, another idea in this kind of position. Black always has this idea of knight c5, and now he's jumping on the e4 square. Bishop b1. Although actually maybe he doesn't get access here, I guess. Or maybe he chops off here. Maybe he chops that off. Yeah, that's probably good for black. Best for black. Maybe you have to take with the pawn. I don't know. Maybe this is still great for white. I'm not sure. But the idea is that he has this knight c5 opportunity. That's sometimes why you want to play the queen e2 move played right here. So, you know, okay, after knight c6, h3, this looks normal. e4, e5 was forced practically, otherwise e5 comes, g4 comes. The whole thing looks terrible. So e5 looked practically forced, but g4, and suddenly he's getting overrun in the center. Takes, e5, and here I think he should have played rook e8. And I don't know what I would have done. Maybe just captures here, pawn takes here, and queen h2. And the knight has to go maybe back to d7. And, you know, rook e1 probably gives white a good game. Not really sure about the whole thing, really. Looks pretty unclear. I mean, this looks pleasant for white. This position. I mean, let's see, queen c7. I'm going e6, right? e6 is forced. You can always go knight f3. This is really, really nice for white. That was probably better than what he did with the game, which was, I think, just running into this mess of a position where everything gets chopped off e5, and then, I mean, this position is simply bad for black. Bishop takes, h takes g, queen e4, d4 drops. I think this hangs, right? Or is it queen d3? I don't know. I don't know anything. Maybe knight f3. I mean, this position looks nice for white. You know, with moves like rook e1, knight d4, queen d3. All this stuff looks just natural for white, and I think white's doing excellently. Sorry about this. I have to reset this again, because chess.com does not have a proper analysis for what you can do. So yeah, I mean, after this, I think black's just lost. Takes, queen h4, and well, it should be an easy technical task, and I'm a chicken about everything. Somewhere here, right here. Knight takes f7. This has got to win the game. And if this doesn't win the game, or maybe move earlier. Here. Wait, here. Rook f7 maybe. Rook here. That's actually not a win. I don't think so. I thought at first that might have been a win. I don't have an engine with me, by the way. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm missing the obvious. I mean, what I played in the game looked okay. With, you know, this position. Somewhere here it goes wrong though. Like I start to play too passively. Knight f3 was a solid move, but maybe it's not the best one. e6, rook g4. Maybe e6. Maybe this one. You know, the idea is that if you take, probably just take knight here, and somehow the d pawn should go through. It's not easy though. It's not easy. The d pawn should promote in this kind of position. Somewhere here I'm being a chicken though. It's okay. Maybe queen g5. Maybe this wasn't strictly necessary. I could have just, rounded up the pawn with knight d4 and queen d3, although, you know, this allows e5 to rest, so that's not clear either. God, I wish I meant to go back. Man. I don't know. Somewhere here in this range, I'm messing up. And then this junk happens, and yeah, rook e2 just looks so bad. I don't think this is a win anymore, because he gets to play f6 at some point. Maybe that's not good. I don't know. Something certainly went wrong here. That's this much is clear. Maybe rook d4 is the bad move. Maybe e6. I don't know. Take. Rook e7 looks really strong. d7. Knight e5. Yeah, maybe this is what I should do instead of the game. So going back to the game, right over here before the rook trade. Yeah, after here, I think black is really drawing the game here. This is just definitely a dead draw until he gets into the self-mate kind of position with the king over here. He plays f5 is really questionable, honestly, strategically in this kind of endgame. Normally, you want to keep this pawn over here. You don't want the kings opposing each other, where the king right over here might get trapped on the 5th rank when white has this open rank right over here. It's generally a good concept to remember. First, you want to improve the position of your rook here. You might want to give up the b7 pawn, but you want to activate this rook. So in this kind of position, maybe you move like rook c7, planning to play rook d3, or move the rook down here to get checked beside white's king over here. Black can never win, and white has chances to really make use of the knight to try to give a lot of checks to white. So it should be just a dead draw, but somewhere here he's just screwing it up. And I mean, I have chances to get all the pawns, but even then it's a draw. So here, yeah, 5 is not my favorite move ever, because this is allowing my king to get in the game with king f4. And since he played king g5, he's actually running into some serious threats. Notice that I'm unable to I want to get my knight to f4, so I have rook c6. That's one kind of mating pattern you want to do. So I brought the knight back here. Knight c5 is also somewhat interesting. Maybe that's even better. Knight c5, yeah. Knight c5, rook e4, maybe? Knight c5, rook e4. No, I don't care about my battery. I don't know. Not really clear to me. You can play rook e4 here. Maybe this is what you should do. But after rook e4, rook takes d7 at worst. So I'm not sure. And yeah, I mean, rook c7, rook c3, this is easy. h4, knight f4, here. Yeah, rook e7 is just an especially terrible move, I guess. What he's got to do is prevent knight e6 check and rook c6 check. So he's got to jettison the b pawn probably here. So maybe rook c6. And I don't know. I mean, knight h3 doesn't look too terrible. And after this, I don't know. King h5 probably. Takes, check, here. I think black is doing okay in this position. Yeah, I think black should draw this. But still, he shouldn't have even reached this point after f5. And then, okay, obviously rook e7 is a mistake, but I got really lucky. But I guess a fair result in the end, because I mean, this is kind of a really bad play by me to not even win the game by force, because I was up a piece, and what a glorious position this is. My God. Everything's just so central and nice in this position. I'm not sure what brought me to play such terrible moves. Oh, my God. Shoot me. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Everything is fine here. Knight takes up 7. Does this win? This doesn't help black at all, I think. And if he takes, and just right here, right? No, or actually I take here first. No, I don't take here first. Or maybe I go e6 first. Yeah, maybe this. Maybe this does win. Maybe it does. One idea is that rook f1, you might actually have d7 or d6. Is this right? d6? Queen f1, I'm not sure about this if I'm making it in time. I'm not sure about this variation. d7. d7 comes. Hmm. 68? 7. Yeah, e7 just won. My bad. Yep, never mind. I just wanted to get in. Notice that you can't play this because it's d7 check. Okay, this is knight by d7, so. Okay, maybe it's winning for white, but I messed up, guys. Thanks for watching.